I would like to make a little topic jump to another topic that you told me about, which I find very interesting, because you told me also that you did some advisory work for a startup in Africa, for a social enterprise, actually. And I would like to hear more about why did you get involved with the project, and how do you derive value from this kind of work yourself?
So the story is, it started, I would say, 4 or 5 years ago. It was the time when I came back from Australia for my sabbatical, and a good friend of mine, John Marco, he was at that time in Africa, in Kenya. He did his, I think it was his certificate of advanced studies, something like this, was it? Which he took in Kenya. And then he came back to Zurich. I know him since, I don't know, 15 or 20 years here.
Wow.
Then he came back to Zurich and said, hey, I'm doing this project there. We try to help youths from the slums to build their own business. And I said, okay, sounds interesting. But I mean, I haven't been there. And even though I supported them and advised them, I haven't had the chance to go there. For different reasons, but still, I really want to do that. But we did a lot of online meetings with him and the team, and that's where it started. It's like, okay, how can I help you? I mean, you're doing this so far away. We are in the same time zone. How can we support you? And then basically, he's the people's person. So he's thinking, okay, how can we create a new business in this environment? And he's the one which is testing. So he will never register a company, create a website before he have even tested the business he wants to do. And that's why he did a lot of testing. He was talking to people, to potential clients, and so on and so forth. But he's not the one which is he just doesn't want to set up a software to do bookings or create a website, all these back office tasks. He's just not the one where he has his superpowers. And that's where I jumped in. So I said, okay, I'm going to help you. We then implemented a couple of softwares, and then also did the bookings for them together with the accountant in Nairobi. And so his baby then became alive, or was born, and then grew and grew. The business itself, it's a downtown tour in Nairobi. So means you as a tourist, you can book this tour, and then you will be guided by local guides, which guides you around in the downtown. So it's not a slum tour. So we are not going and visit the slums where these people live. You really you have a look at downtown Nairobi, where all the markets are, where all the bustling places or things happen. And that's where they do this tour. So it's a walking tour. You meet the guides. You walk around 3 hours. You have the chance to take some or eat some local food. You always have 3 to 4 guides with you. And then, you just walk around and talk to them. And they tell you their life story, what happened when they were kids, when they grew up. And all these interesting, sad, for us shocking stories. And now they, already since before Corona, they were already number 1 tour on Airbnb.
Wow.
So it's growing and growing.
Wow. And what did you see in that project that made you want to help them so much, even though it's, like you said, it's so far away? Technically, you have nothing really to do with that. And so you still said you really want to do this. What did you see in that project? Why did you want to do that?
It didn't really took me that much time to support them with my knowledge. And that's why I said, okay, I mean, he it's really his passion. So it doesn't cost me anything. It's my time, my experience, which is already here. So I just can distribute it. And to be honest, it's also an important topic to explain to potential or new clients, or also to learn how fast you can test something and then implement it. Imagine a little bit more than a year ago, Corona came also to Kenya. So then we said, okay, your business is a tourist business. So from 100 to 0 within a couple of days. So what are you going to do next? Okay, we invented the virtual tours. Okay, how to do virtual tours? Okay, you need to have mobile phones, you need to buy gigabytes so you can have the Skype tour. We bought some selfie sticks, and then we did a trial. We tested on Zoom, we tested on Skype, we tested here and there. And with this quick testing, shifting, we were able to create a complete new income source for these people. We had, of course, you had to adjust it with the homepage. A new banner needed to be there where you can buy or order an online tour, but that's pretty much it. So that the whole effort was so small, but we created a complete new business, which is working perfectly fine. And now we were able to have the superstars from Hollywood doing a virtual tour with the guides. They became super famous on Instagram. So just by testing, and that's what I have learned from this project. You don't need to have the fancy, crazy website. If it's not working, it's okay, but try it with a flyer which you may draw by hand, and go around and ask, do you understand what this flyer means? And if people do like, no, then okay, what would you expect if you read this or that? And then immediately you have created a complete new business. So you can start a business tomorrow without having a real business, but by just asking people. So I think the biggest outcome, or the largest outcome I had from this, is testing, then adjusting, testing again, and ask your clients. Don't think you know it. The market tells you what they really need.
I think that's a very important lesson, and also something that even I myself I have to admit, I'm guilty of that as well. I don't know, for some reason, it's so deeply rooted, this idea that, of course, you know what's going to work and what's not going to work when you actually never talk to anybody who might be the one buying your product or listening to your podcast, and for some reason, it's quite, I don't know, at least personally, I found it quite challenging in the beginning to get over that hurdle and actually talk to some people who I think might be interested in what I'm offering. I don't know why that is, but it's a hurdle.
But that's something neutral. That's something neutral. It's also a cultural thing. Being from Central Europe, it's way too secure here to need to be an entrepreneur. So we just need to make sure, okay, all insurances are in place, tick. All the brand needs to be registered, tick, and so on and so forth. But that's really, I mean, to be honest, whatever brand name you have as a startup, it's completely, it just doesn't have any impact on your business. You can change your name tomorrow because maybe 10 people say, oh, you did a name change. Oh, interesting. Why? And that's okay. So don't think about things which are so unimportant. Just watch or look at the really large corporations which changed their name. We can't even remember the names before. There were some companies with toilet paper and stuff like that to change it. Of course, if you change Coca-Cola, it's something different. But even there, I'm sure it would work too.